Streaming seems like harmless fun, right? You sit down, watch your favorite content creator, maybe even interact with them in real time. But what if I told you that behind some of these streams, something much darker is happening? People have taken things too far, all for views, likes, and donations. Some have staged accidents, others have faked kidnappings, and others have even streamed real-life horror that ended in tragedy. Today we're talking about the dark side of streaming. These stories aren't just shocking, they're disturbing. Number 8. The streamer who live streamed a tragedy. Let's start with one of the worst cases. Stas Replay, a Russian Twitch streamer who was known for extreme content. His audience paid him to do wild things, but one day the challenge went too far. He forced his girlfriend Valentina outside into the freezing cold, barely dressed. It was all live. Viewers watched. Some begged him to stop, others egged him on. Hours passed when he finally let her back in, and she wasn't moving. She had frozen to death, and the stream kept going. The camera caught everything. He was arrested, but the bigger question remains, why did the audience let this happen? And why do people keep pushing limits for internet fame? Number 7. The YouTuber who faked a live kidnapping. Now let's talk about a YouTuber who faked a plane crash. Trevor Jacob, a former Olympic snowboarder turned content creator. One day, he posted a video where he was flying a small plane over the mountains. Everything seemed fine until suddenly the engine stopped. With cameras rolling, he panicked, grabbed a parachute, and jumped out as the plane crashed. It looked real, people were shocked, but something didn't add up. Why did he already have a parachute on before the engine failed? Why didn't he even try to restart the plane? Turns out it was all staged. He had crashed the plane on purpose just to go viral. And it worked until the authorities got involved. He initially admitted to it and was sentenced to 6 months in prison. The scariest part? This isn't even the only time someone had faked danger for views. People go to insane lengths just to stay relevant online, and sometimes this desperation leads to real-life consequences, not just for them, but for innocent people caught in the middle. Number 6. The Deadly TikTok Challenge. Speaking of dangerous stunts, let's talk about TikTok challenges. Some are fun and some are harmless, and some are deadly. Take the Benadryl Challenge, where people dared each other to take high doses of allergy medication to experience hallucinations. It was dumb, but people did it for views. Then came the tragedy. A 15-year-old boy named Jacob Stevens tried it while his friends filmed. He took the pills expecting something crazy to happen, but his body couldn't handle it. He started convulsing. His friends kept watching, unsure of what to do. And by the time help arrived, it was too late. The challenge had claimed another life. And even after TikTok banned it, people kept trying it. The need for online attention makes people take risks they never would in real life. And the worst part, these trends don't just go away. New ones keep popping up, and every time someone takes it too far. Number 5. The YouTuber who got caught in his own crime. And how can we not mention another YouTuber who got himself arrested on his own stream? Ethan Bramble, who was known for his extreme body mods. His entire body was covered in tattoos, including his eyeballs. He had a rebellious image, but he also had a secret. He was involved in a robbery. He couldn't resist bragging about it. One day during a live Q&A, a fan asked if he had ever done anything illegal. He laughed and then casually admitted to crime, describing it in detail. He thought it was funny. What he didn't know was that the police were watching. A few weeks later, he was arrested. His own words had been put him behind bars, and he's not the only one. There have been multiple cases where criminals expose themselves on streams. It's like they forget that the internet is forever and that anything you say can be used against you. Number 4. The woman who disappeared during a live stream. But sometimes, the darkest moments aren't planned. They happen in real time. That's exactly what happened to Lamu, a Chinese influencer known for her positive energy. She was loved by her fans, always smiling, always spreading good vibes. But she had a secret. She was hiding from her abusive ex-husband. One day she went live as usual, chatting with her followers. Then suddenly the screen went dark. What her viewers didn't know was that her ex-husband had broken into her house. He attacked her with gasoline. Viewers heard her screams, then the sounds of fire, then nothing. She was rushed to the hospital covered in severe burns, but she didn't make it. The attack was live streamed to thousands of people. Her ex-husband was arrested and sentenced to death, but her fans were left in shock. They had witnessed something horrifying, something they couldn't do anything to stop. Number 3. The dangerous side of swatting. And then there's swatting. If you don't know what that is, it's when someone calls the police on a live streamer as a prank. And this also causes the SWAT to storm their house. It's not a joke. And sometimes it turns deadly. In 2017, a gamer named Andrew Frinch was at the house when police suddenly surrounded his house. He had no idea why. When he opened the door, an officer fired. Andrew was shot dead on his own doorstep. Turns out the entire thing was a sick prank. A dispute between two gamers had led someone to calling in a fake emergency. Andrew wasn't even the intended target. He had nothing to do with it, but he lost his life anyway. The person who made the call was eventually sentenced to 20 years in prison. But swatting didn't stop. It still happens today, putting innocent lives in danger, all because someone wanted to cause chaos for views. Number 2. Broadcasting a break-in. One of the creepiest stories out there is about a streamer who unknowingly broadcasted a break-in and possibly a murder. A Japanese YouTuber named KeijiGo was doing a late-night gaming stream. He had his headphones on, completely immersed in the game, but in the background something eerie was happening. His viewers started hearing strange noises, soft footsteps, a door creaking open, whispers. Some thought it was part of the game, but others knew something was wrong. Then the camera captured a dark figure moving behind him. Before anyone could react, the stream suddenly cut off. No one could reach him. Days passed and fans grew more worried. When authorities finally checked the apartment, Keiji was missing. To this day, he's never been found. Some believe it was a targeted attack. Others think it was a robbery gone wrong, but one thing is clear, his last moments were streamed for thousands to see, and no one could do anything to stop it. Number 1. The YouTuber who staged his own death. And finally, one of the most bizarre stories, a YouTuber who faked his own death. Gerson Albuquerque, a Brazilian influencer, wanted attention, so he staged a fake kidnapping. He posted a video showing himself tied up, mouth taped shut, looking terrified. His fans panicked. They shared the video everywhere. People begged for help. His name started trending and news outlets began covering the story. The more people watched, the more they believed something terrible had happened. But then the truth came out. It was all fake. He had staged the whole thing just to go viral. When people found out, they were furious. He lost thousands of subscribers. Some called for him to be banned. Others said he should be arrested for wasting people's times and emotions. But the damage was done. It proved something disturbing as well. Some people will do anything to stay relevant, even if it means tricking their own followers. What's worse is that fake stunts like these make it harder for real victims to be taken seriously. Imagine a real missing person case being dismissed because people assume it's another clout-chasing hoax, all for views, likes, and a few minutes of fame. Streaming has changed entertainment forever. It made people famous overnight. It's given us endless content to watch, but it also exposed a dark side that most people don't think about. People do anything for views, fake their own death, commit crimes on camera, or even risk their lives just to go viral. And sometimes the things we witness on a live stream aren't just content. They're real tragedies unfolding in front of thousands, and sometimes millions of people who feel helpless to stop them. And that's it for today. What do you think? Are people just desperate for fame, or is the audience partly to blame for encouraging this behavior? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to turn on notifications, and we'll see you in the next one.